everyone. A very good morning. Welcome to today's Unit 3 class. I hope all of you are keeping fine, doing good. Guys, girls, all of y'all, we were in part 2 of topic 13. Am I right? Adam, are you with me? Okay, we were in part 2 of topic 13. And we were talking about something called HCI. HCI stands for Human-Computer Interaction. Okay, so topic 13 is based on many subtopics, and the part two was dealing with something called HCI, human-computer interaction. And what was HCI all about? What was all this human-computer interaction all about? In bold, I gave you all some words. What did it state over there? Adam, do you want me to take that from you, or are you going to put that away? In your bag. I want it to go into your bag now.
Second.
Not now, man. It's all upstairs. Okay, I bought some extras, but okay. So everybody, guys, girls, we're gonna have a look over here. In HCI, guys, can you all again look at these bold words over here? This is the entire objective of HCI. Focuses on how users interact, communicate with the device, okay, and how they control it. This was the entire objective of HCI. Okay. Then, guys, girls, under HCI, we spoke about so many subtopics, things that contribute towards your HCI. Okay, when you're developing a system for humans to use in order to interact and control with the computer system, we went through so many factors. Anyone remember those factors? So, for example, when you're developing a system, it should be a system that somebody can easily learn. Learnability was one of the factors. Like that, do you remember any other factors? Usability. It should be extremely user-friendly. Okay, next. Sorry? Accessibility. Any type of user should be able to use it. Anything else? Efficiency. User should be able to complete tasks in a short period of time. Okay, or with minimum effort, they should be able to complete tasks. Then on my screen, I have mentioned user interface. User interface is what they see here. Then there is something else where how they feel is called user. You should consider user experience. Anything else you can talk about? Feedback. Users should know what's going on. You should keep them informed. Okay, so everybody from page number 4, all the way to page number, what's this number? Page number 6. I have given you factors that come under HCI. Everybody okay with this? From page number 4 to page number 6, we have given you so many factors. Yeah. Consistency is what? Be the same across all your web pages, across all parts of your app. Users should be able to easily identify that this particular app or this web page belongs to a specific company. You get it? For example, we took the example of Coca-Cola. The colors they use, the fonts they use are always the same. So even if they don't write Coca-Cola, when you see that font and those colors, you know which company it belongs to. Isn't it? Also, another meaning of consistency can be what? Put objects in places that users would expect to see them in. What were the examples we picked up? The sign-in button. I told you be consistent with where you place your sign-in button. We all expect sign-in to be on the top right. So always keep it over there. Don't confuse the users. And we saw some examples of websites where consistency was not being maintained. Okay, we saw some examples. Okay, then guys, when it came to implementing HCI, we broke it down into 3 parts and we only went through one part. So when it comes to implementing HCI, we broke it into visual, audio, and haptic. Okay, so visual is what you see, audio is what the user hears, and haptic is what the user feels. Haptic is about what the user feels. So we spoke about visual and we went through a lot of examples when it came to visual. Can you guys go through it? Just recall it. We spoke about the layout. Using your layout, you can control the way the user sees objects on your web page. Everybody okay with this? Can you guys read the bold words again? The way you arrange objects can control how the user moves around the screen. Okay. Also under layout, we had something else, using size, using color, using alignment. You can control where the user focuses on. What did we call that? Visual hierarchy, right? And I gave you all an example. I put an image on the screen and I said, using the font sizes, it controlled the way you looked at the screen. Everyone okay with this? That's what we call visual hierarchy. Okay. Then using color, and I told you certain colors give certain messages, right? A website built with green gives a message of what? Eco-friendly here, isn't it? Or efficiency here. Okay. Then we also spoke about the fonts you use. You all remember the examples I gave you all? I used two fonts. Both had the same message, but the way you would read it would differ when the font changes. Remember, I think I used brush script and chiller, right? Brush script looks very sweet, but chiller, it looks like it's a warning to you, isn't it? So your font can also give a message to the user. Then we also spoke about your images and icons. We spoke about visual hierarchy, how using size, color, alignment, white space, you can control the user's focus. Okay, right. So this is something we did, and we also spoke about responsive design. Responsive design is, what was responsive design all about? Building your system to work on any type of device. We did this in AS level when designing web pages, right? You remember when designing web pages, we were told to, in certain questions, we were told to design a responsive web page. Whether you view it on a small screen, a big screen, a smartphone screen, a tablet screen, it doesn't matter. Your web page should load and the content should be visible to the user. Okay, this is what we call responsive design. Okay. We also spoke about visual feedback. Okay, tell the user what's going on. Okay, inform the user of what's going on, right? So that was all to do with visuals. Now, boys, girls, everybody, we are going to move on to audio. Okay, auditory feedback. Everyone, can we come down to page number 9? Guys, girls, page number 9, please. Everybody, can you all move over there? Dishan, are you with me? Mine seems to be somewhere else. Thoughts seem to be somewhere else. Everyone, page number 9, please. Can we all have a look there? Okay. Right, everybody, can we come down to audio HCI? Audio human computer interaction. So there are some examples I need to show you all here also. Right, now we are done with visual. Now can you guys move down to the second paragraph over here? Audio HCI focuses on the use of sound, speech and other auditory cues. Okay, cues are basically what? Something that hints. You get it? A cue is something that, you know, hints towards something. Everyone okay with this? A cue is something that hints towards it or gives you an idea of something. So in audio HCI, we are going to be focusing on sound, speech, and things that through sound, it gives you an understanding. I'll give you a very simple example, guys. Let me freeze the screen so you all don't see this happening. You all just tell me, what did you all understand? Okay, guys, everyone hold on. The moment, give me a second to ask you all. I don't need to tell anything. The moment you hear this, what do you know it means? Where is it? Let me keep this here. Let me enable sound for the class. One second, please, everybody. It's loading. So the moment you hear this, you know what this means? Police, right? Isn't it? So you don't need to see it. The moment you hear this sound, you know it's something to do with police. Isn't it, guys? So these are what you call auditory cues. Okay. The moment you hear it, it means something to you. Okay. It frightened you. Okay. So the moment you hear that, it gives you a meaning. That's what you call a cue. It hints towards something. Okay. Right. Right. Let's keep moving. Right, everybody, can we come down to speech interfaces? So when developing a system, guys, under the audio HCI, user should be able to control your app or your website or whatever system you developed using audio. Audio meaning speech recognition. Your app or your website, okay, whatever system you develop should be able to, what do you call, understand user instruction through voice. So guys, can you all read that? Guys online, I hope my voice is clear. I have enabled system sound. Sometimes the system sound might cause disturbance in the background and you might not be able to hear me. So drop me a message if that problem is happening. If there's a lot of disturbance in the background. Okay. Right. Everyone, can you all read this? Being able to control a system with your voice helps users who have limited technical skills. So especially for users who can't move their fingers, okay, voice interface becomes extremely important to them. And not only people who are disabled, sometimes you're in a situation where you actually can't use your fingers, isn't it? You actually can't physically use a device. For example, when you're driving, or for example, let's say you're having a job that requires your hands to be messy. Like for example, you're cooking, you're a mechanic, isn't it? Then using your device can become difficult. So then you would really appreciate if the system that you're using allows you to communicate via voice recognition. But there are certain problems with this voice recognition, which we will deal with shortly. Can you guys keep reading it? So those who are physically disabled, such as can't see properly or don't have fingers, okay, to interact easily with the device without the need to read a screen or type in commands. The use of speech synthesis allows the system to provide feedback to the user also in auditory form, as if it's having a conversation with the user. We are all quite familiar with this, right? We have smart devices. You can have a conversation with that device. It will give you a response also in audio form. Okay, nothing new for you all over here. This can provide distraction-free feedback, especially if you're driving. You don't need to take your hands off the steering wheel. You don't have to take your eyes off the road because your smartphone will talk back to you. Okay. Or supporting those with visual impairments, people who can't see properly, this auditory feedback is extremely useful for them. Okay, right. Then guys, girls, can we move on to auditory feedback? Where your device or the system will make a sound to give you a message. When you hear that sound, you know it means something. Okay, we are all familiar with this. Okay, can you guys read this? Using sounds or auditory cues to provide feedback on user actions, system status, or the outcome of an operation can enhance user experience. So for example, all of you all know when your phone makes a certain noise, what it means. It means battery low, or it means you have got an SMS, or it means you have got a WhatsApp message. You're all okay with this, right? From the sound that your phone makes, you know what it means. You don't need to look at your phone to see what it means. Okay, right, keep reading it. Auditory feedback is crucial for users who have visual impairments. People who cannot see properly, auditory feedback is extremely useful for them. Or for situations where visual attention is focused elsewhere. There are some places, for example, especially when you're driving, you should not be taking your eyes off the road. So then auditory feedback becomes extremely useful to you. When the vehicle starts making certain noises to warn you, it's extremely useful. Rather than you having to look at the dashboard and read the message, that noise is useful for you. Okay, right. Can you guys read examples? Notifications which your phone provides for you. You know when you've got an email, by the sound you know whether it's email, SMS, WhatsApp, whether it's I don't know, low battery warning, you know it. Okay, alerts and warnings such as collision detection warnings in a car. Certain vehicles, they have auto braking systems, they start warning. Or for example, in vehicles when you don't wear the seat belt, it starts beeping. Okay, and then sound effects such as a click sound to notify the user that a virtual button has been pressed. Can you guys read this example over here? Everyone read this example with me. When you capture a photograph on your phone, it makes a sound, right? It makes a shutter sound, right? Like the shutter is closing, capturing. You know that's a fake sound, right? That's a fake sound because you wouldn't feel so good if you didn't hear that sound. When you hear that sound only, you feel like you have captured a photograph. That sound is solely there to, what do you call, improve the user experience. Is it clear? That sound is solely there for user experience purposes. Okay. Can you guys read it? Modern phones don't have a shutter. The entire process is done by the camera's processor. But it reassures the user that the picture was successfully taken. Okay. Then gaming consoles, when you reload a gun, it makes a sound. Okay. It's just a sound to reassure you, to give you the feeling that you're playing a real game. Okay. These noises are there just to, improve the user experience. Windows 7, yes, I really like the trash sound, isn't it? When you in Windows 7, when you delete something or when you put something in the trash bin, it makes a noise like, you know, you're putting something in the trash. Mac still has it though. Windows 11 disabled it, but you can enable it. If you go to system settings, you can enable those sounds again. Okay. Even this mouse, I don't like it a lot. It's a hi-fi mouse, but it's silent. So when I press the buttons, I don't hear the noise. So, but what to do? I already spent a lot and bought it, so I'm just using it. Okay. But I wish this mouse made a sound, the click sound. Okay. Keyboard sound, yeah. So keyboard sound is nice when you're using it, not when you're sitting next to somebody who's using it. Then it gets really annoying. Okay. Similarly, when you're typing on your phone, that keypad noise of typing, you know, y'all know the sound of typing, right? It's really nice when you're typing. But when you're next to somebody who is typing, that sound can be very irritating. Okay. Then the signal sound in a vehicle, the signal light sound in a vehicle, that's a fake sound. It's not really the relay switch making that sound. No, it's a sound that has been put there so that you know the signal light is on. Everybody okay with this? These are what we call auditory feedback. Okay, by the sound, you know something is happening. Okay, right. While I was preparing for this, I came across something very interesting that I thought I must show it to you all. Okay, so can you guys read this? Google Tulip. Anyone knows what Google Tulip is? Nobody?
Hello, nice to meet you.
How true it is, I don't know. But this is published from from Google's official YouTube channel. And this was published 6 years ago. Okay, which means this is something they're working on. Okay, and I don't know, crazy, right? The way it's going. Really? I did not capture that. Oh. So, okay. Let's see what people in the, sorry? Okay, this is a bit embarrassing. Yeah, the amount of effort they put into. Yeah, so guys online, apparently this is an April Fool joke. Okay, looks like that, no? Makes sense that way. Right, everybody, let's keep moving. Everybody, so we are done with audio HCI. Okay, human computer interaction through audio. Let me just see if there's anything else I'm supposed to show you or no. That's it. All right. Can we then move on to the next one? Haptic. Everybody, haptic human computer interaction, where through the sense of feeling, you can give input to your computer, to your system, at the same time receive feedback from the system. This is what we call haptic. Okay. Yes, it's apparently, I mean, we just discovered it thanks to Vidun over here. Okay, right. Everybody, can you all read haptic HCI? Okay, so haptic focuses on the design and creation of interfaces that engage our sense of touch to create more natural, immersive, and engaging experiences. Okay, the use of haptics can provide a number of benefits in a system and its users, including, can you all go through the first one? Making things feel more real. When you can feel something, your experience is automatically going to increase a lot more. Everybody okay with this? Just think about how VR is going. Okay, if you think about virtual reality, it's becoming extremely popular. Gaming normally versus gaming using VR, experience is so different. You're fully immersed into the game. Everything you look around is the game, isn't it? Okay, what do you call? Things feel more real. Okay, can you guys read it? Everyone read it. Haptics can make a digital experience feel more like a real life one. When you can feel things vibrating, okay, moving, shaking, the experience feels more real. Can you guys read that example? For example, when you play a driving game, the steering wheel that you're holding, okay, might vibrate, might feel stiff, like you're driving an actual car. Okay. This makes the game more immersive and engaging, as if you're actually in the driver's seat. Can everyone go through that? So just check this out. This is such a simple idea, but it goes a very far way to do with haptics. Okay. Okay. Right. Can you guys read the next one? Read the next one, guys. Helps you learn and helps you learn and remember better. Rather than simply watching, when you can also feel things, feel the movement of things, feel the pressure of things. You learning it, remembering it will last. Okay. Can you guys go through this? When you use more than one sense at a time, your brain processes and remembers information more effectively. Can you guys go through that? Imagine doctors, okay, teaching their students how to perform a surgery. They could show a presentation and teach them it, but that really wouldn't work. Okay. Or you could give them objects to touch and feel various parts of the body. That will have a much better experience than you showing them a presentation and teaching. Agree with me? Okay, when people can touch and feel objects, know what it actually feels like, the learning experience is going to be a lot more. Okay, everybody, can you guys go through that? So in VR, they had, I came across this, the Big Bang Theory. You all know archery, right? Bow and arrow. So they play it using VR. Not VR. They play it using, what do we call that? They play it using a gaming console, which has controllers in it. And can you all first read it? Then I'll show you all the video. The video won't make sense to you all. Everybody, can you all read this part? Where is it? Where is that part? It's coming on later on. Anyway, check this out, guys. Another feeling of girls. Can everyone read the next one? Helps you learn and remember better. We saw that. Improves accessibility. Okay, especially for people who might have visual impairments, they cannot see properly or they cannot hear properly. Haptics can be extremely useful for them. Okay, I'll show you another video about this also. Can you guys go through that? For someone with a visual impairment, somebody who cannot see properly, a smartphone can use vibrations to signal the boundaries of a button on the screen. Is it clear? Helping them use the device without needing to see it. Okay, by simply feeling it, they know where the button starts, where the button ends. Everybody okay with this? It can also assist those with motor impairments by providing a physical cue that a button was pressed. Now, for some of you all, now all our phones have an option where for every touch there can be a vibration. Some of you all find it annoying. Some of you all find it useful. Some of you all have enabled vibration feedback whenever you touch your screen. Some of you all have disabled it. It varies from user to user. Some users need to feel like they touch the screen, so they enable that vibration. For some users, that vibration is a bit annoying, so they have disabled it. Everybody okay with this? It varies from user to user. Okay, right. Can you guys read another reason to have haptics, guys? Creates a stronger emotional connection. Again, everyone, just think about that kid who was on that laundry basket. She's going to remember that ride forever, isn't it? That ride is going to be in her mind for a long time. Okay, because she felt something in it. She felt it. Okay, rather than just seeing something, she also got to feel it. Okay, can you guys read that? Haptic feedback can evoke feelings and create a more impactful experience. When a loved one sends a heart emoji on an Apple Watch, you might feel a gentle rhythmic tap on your wrist. Okay, the way the watch vibrates, it vibrates in a certain way. Okay, and it only does this when a heart emoji is sent to you. Everybody okay with this? This simple haptic sensation creates a more personal and intimate connection than a simple vibration. Are we all okay with this? Okay. Can you guys move on to the next one? on why we use haptics. Force feedback. Okay, you want to give feedback to the user. You want to inform them about something. Okay, you can use haptics to inform them about it. Can you guys read that? You may have experienced haptics through force feedback devices. Okay, keep reading it. These devices create physical sense of pressure, vibration, or movement using motors. Okay, so I'm going to show you all an example, okay, in vehicles of how this force feedback is used. Do you all have any examples for me to give? In terms of a smartphone, I couldn't come up with any example of force feedback. I heard that, yeah. On the triggers, yeah. Something like that. I heard about it. So within over here is talking about force feedback in gaming consoles where certain buttons, right, become harder to press, isn't it? Become harder to press depending on the game that you're playing. Okay, can you guys check this video out about this vehicle steering wheel? Okay, you'll have to watch it. It's a video by BMW itself on how it warns the user that they are swerving off a lane. Okay, it's not going to shake the whole car. It's a gentle vibration. Okay, now even this is to your body won't shake even. You just feel a vibration. No. It'll just warn you. Careful, you're going off the lane. So you just bring it back again. Everybody okay with this? All right. Can you guys move on to tactile interaction? This is extremely useful for people who cannot see. Guys, have you all noticed the cash notes in Sri Lanka? Have you all noticed the size of it? What have you all seen there? Not buttons, the lines, isn't it? Not the dots, lines, no? Everyone, look here. LKR 100 note. So guys, when you look at this 100 note here, do you all see these lines on the side, everyone? These lines on the side can be felt. So a person who cannot see properly, by feeling these lines, they know the value of the note. Whether it's 100, whether it's a 20, whether it's a 50, by simply feeling those lines. Everybody okay with this? Now you all know this. Okay, so by feeling these lines, they know what do you call it, whether it is a 100 or a 20 or a 10 or whatever. Okay, right. I'm looking at the 20 rupee note. The 20 rupee note is having only one dot. Let's see the 50 note. 50 note is having two dots. 100 is having three. So maybe it has something to do with the dots also. As far as I know, it was the lines. 500 note. Yeah, 500 note is having four dots. So maybe it's something to do with the dots also. I was told it's something to do with these lines over here, but it could also be something to do with these dots over here, where you can feel these dots to know the value of the note. Right, everybody, that's what you call tactile interaction. Can you guys read it? Everybody? Can you guys read the tactile interaction? Boys, come on, get back to the lesson, Milo. Maybe the dots then, okay? I need to check with the dots or the lines, okay? So tactile interaction provides an alternative communication method between users and a computer system. For example, the use of tactile displays allows people who cannot see properly to receive computer output in the form of braille. Everyone know what is braille? Braille are the dots that people who cannot see properly feel to read characters. Everyone okay with this? The dots that blind people or people who cannot see properly feel to read characters. Okay. So can you guys go through the next paragraph? Developments in technologies have integrated tactile output into augmented and virtual reality systems, providing more realistic interaction between the user and the system. Unfortunately, guys, I couldn't come up with a video for this. Okay. Anyone watched, it's a bit long, that's why I didn't bring it to you all, the latest Johnny English movie? You all know what Johnny English is, right? Mr. Bean. It was called Reborn or something, no? Johnny English. So basically, he's supposed to go to a criminal's house and, take him down. So they train him on the layout of the criminal's house using VR. And he ends up walking out of the building and walking on the road and getting onto the bus and Okay, so they wanted to give him a better feeling of what the criminal's house, the layout of the criminal's house is. So they use VR. It's a long video, that's why I didn't bring it up over here. Okay, that could be an example of tactile interaction. Okay, right. Can you guys move on to the last one? Biometric sensors. Biometric sensors also give you a physical feeling. Okay, think about your smartphone screens. When you place your fingerprint at that point, it gives you a vibration. Okay, can you guys go through this? Then think about smartwatches. Smartwatches are measuring various parts of your body to come up with health stats. Okay, it's measuring your blood flow rate, your calories burnt, your breathing rate by measuring various parts of your body. Okay, so everybody, under human computer interaction, there are three ways of implementing it: through visuals, through audio, and through haptic. And generally, guys, it is best if you can use all three. Everyone okay with this? If you can use all three, the connection that the user would have with your app or with your system or with your website would be a lot better. When the user can see, hear, and feel, the experience is going to be a lot better. Everybody okay with this? Okay, right. We're going to move away from here then. Guys, girls, all of y'all, we're going to have to move away from here. Right. Now, guys, the next part of human-computer interaction is the ergonomic side of it. So ergonomic deals on two sides. We'll see what those two sides are. Okay. So guys, can you all read the bold words over here? Can everyone go through the bold words? Number one, it focuses on the design and arrangements of objects and environments. Okay. What is the objective of it? To increase efficiency, comfort, and productivity. Are we all okay with this? Ergonomics in HCI objective is to what? To improve efficiency. Things should be done in a short period of time, in a comfortable manner, and in a productive way. Okay, you should be benefiting out of it. Keep reading it, guys. Now I told you you're going to break it into two parts. Now what are the two parts? Okay, we're going to look at the physical side of it and the cognitive side of it. Physical is to do with our body, and the cognitive side is to do with our mind. Okay, we're going to deal with these two sides. Can you guys keep reading it? So when you guys come down to physical ergonomics, guys, can everyone go through this? This area focuses on physical aspects of human performance and their well-being, including the user's body posture, the way you're seated, the way you're using the device, the way you move around it, and something called physical workload. We'll see what this physical workload means. This is a brand new word. Posture and movement from O levels, you'll be familiar. Physical workload is something new. Let's see what it is. Can you guys keep reading it? The aim of physical ergonomics is what? To design workspaces and input devices so that the physical stress, strain, and fatigue, you feeling tired, on the user is minimized. This in turn reduces the risk of something called musculoskeletal disorder. Everyone okay with that word? We will not be using this full word. We'll be simply saying MSD. Okay, musculoskeletal disorder. Okay. The body, so when these ergonomics are not followed, when you're having a poor posture, or when you're having devices that are not built in terms of ergonomics, you're going to develop certain pains. You get my point? Okay, for example, you'll start developing neck ache, back ache, your wrist will start paining. All those would come under something called MSD. What does MSD stand for? Musculoskeletal disorder. Okay, right. So we'll start off with posture, the way you use your device, the way you sit or stand to use it. Can everyone go through that? Too cold. Can you come and adjust it, please? Can everyone go through this? Proper posture is crucial for avoiding this problem of MSD. Okay, neck pain, repetitive strain injuries to do over here. Okay, everyone, repetitive strain injuries when your wrist starts to develop pains. We'll see why. Okay, I'll show you all shortly why this area starts to pain. Okay, and back pain. So HCI principles provide a number of suggestions for users, including, so don't read that now. Can you guys look at this image? So everybody, this is the recommended way of using a computer, which I can very safely say 99% of us or 99% of the time we don't follow. And then we start wondering, why is this paining and that paining? Isn't it? Sorry? As in big as what? When using a laptop? No, it's same way. Laptops generally, how are we using? We are looking down, right? You start to develop a neck pain. You are supposed to keep it on a laptop stand. Exactly. Okay. So guys, can you look at this image? Your neck is supposed to be straight. You shouldn't be bending it. Bending it only causes neck pain. Okay. And then guys, look, your body should be straight upright. You shouldn't be like this. This is what causes your body to become bent after you become hunched. Okay. But when you're sitting upright straight, chance of you getting hunched are very low. Okay, keep reading. Can you guys see this? You should have a, what do you call, an arm rest to rest your arm. Your hand should be flat. But generally, how are we using? We're using like this, right? Can you see my fingers? Generally, we are using like this, isn't it? Our hands are bent. That's how this pain develops. Wrist pain develops. Okay, right. Can you guys keep watching? Can you guys keep looking at this image? Okay. Your monitor is at eye level. Your table is at your hand level. There is no bending of your hand. Your hand is flat, isn't it? When things are bent only, pain starts to develop. Okay. Right. Now, guys, if you are to implement this, everybody, if you are going to implement this, these are some of the points you need to keep in mind. Can everyone look at these points? Number one, adjustable furniture. So what about the chair, guys? The chair should have an adjustable height. Everybody okay with this? The chair's height should normally be adjustable. If possible, have an adjustable table also. But if you have an adjustable chair, you can adjust according to the table now. Okay, right. Next, can you guys keep reading it? So that the user can sit correctly with a body position that does not apply undue stress to any single part of the body. When you can adjust your hair, when you can adjust your chair, then you don't need to bend in any way. Everybody okay with this? Right. Next, comfortable keyboard and mouse. Now, guys, the keyboard we have, how is it? We try to have a really small keyboard, right? And then what happens? Our fingers are like this. It's bent. Can you all see? This side is also bent. When things are bent, only pain starts to develop. Okay. So then what happens is you start having something called carpal tunnel syndrome, repetitive strain injury. Is it clear? It's where these knuckle area starts to pain or your wrist starts to pain. But look at these computers. Look at this mouse and keyboard, everybody. Look at this keyboard over here. Your hands are flat. The keyboard is at a, what do you call? The keyboard is curvy and there is a wrist rest. Everyone saw this wrist rest over here. You have a cushion to rest your wrist on. So your hand is flat. Okay. So then chances of you developing MSD or repetitive strain injury minimizes. Now, normally our mouse is like this now. It's quite small. My hand is always bent. Everybody okay with this? But look at this mouse over here. This mouse is quite big in size. Your entire hand fits into it. So minimum bending. Everybody okay with this? There's minimum bending over here. And if you look at a mouse like this, some of them have a tracker ball fixed onto this. So normally we move our mouse around now. This has a tracker ball. You only move that ball. So only your thumb is moving. You don't move the entire mouse. Everybody okay with this? So these are examples of ergonomic devices. Then what do you think about the monitor? We didn't talk about it yet, but you all tell me before we talk about it. It should be curved, not necessary. Curved is a luxury. Okay, it should be at a safe distance away from your eye. What about the angle? Should it be an adjustable angle? Yes, monitor should have the feature where you can adjust its angle, so you can keep it at eye level. Everybody okay? Distance anyway you can adjust now. Distance anyway you can adjust. The angle, certain monitors don't allow you to adjust the angle. That's a bit dangerous. Everybody okay with this? Right. Can you guys keep reading it? Input devices. We spoke about this. your mouse, your keyboard. I gave you all examples as well. Read it. Should minimize stress on muscles and tendons. Okay. So you should be using ergonomic keyboards with curved layout so that your hands are flat. Okay. Use trackballs. I showed you all. Okay. So that your entire palm fits into it. Nothing is bent. Okay. Then when it comes to your visual display, everybody, now why are we talking about this? We're talking about HCI, right? So HCI also comes into place where you're setting up a place for people to use your computer system. You get it? What is HCI stands for? Human computer interaction. No. So we don't only focus on software. We don't only focus on the app. We also focus on the physical environment that you set up for people to use your app. You get it? So for example, if you're setting up a workspace for people to work, that is that's an example of HCI. You're setting up an environment for HCI to take place. Okay, so then these are some of the things you must keep in mind. Okay, give them furniture where the height is adjustable, give them ergonomic input devices, and you're going to see a few more things now. Okay, right. Then guys, when it comes to visual display, have you guys ever had this problem? Ever had this problem where you can see your reflection more than you can see the content on your screen? When does this happen? Exactly. When there is more outside light than your device's light. So for example, especially when your computer is next to a window, okay, and there's bright sunlight coming in from that window, what's going to happen? What do we call this reflection? This reflection is known as a glare. Everyone know this word, right? This reflection is known as a glare. So when a glare is very strong, what happens? You can't see the content of your screen. So automatically, what do? You start moving closer and closer towards the screen. And then what happens? There's a lot of light entering your eyes. Everybody okay with this? We have another problem. Sometimes when you're designing your office, you want your office to be a very bright place. So you start putting very powerful lights. Then what happens? The office lighting is more powerful than the monitor lighting. So what happens? Naturally, there is a glare on the screen. So when you are building a workspace, you need to consider lighting. Okay, it shouldn't be more powerful or more bright than the user's device. Okay, then there would be a glare. Everyone okay with this? Sounds good? Okay, now can you all read it to yourselves? Then guys, we also have features like what? We will be learning it later on. But you as a developer, what features can you put in? Okay, but now we don't have that. Features like what? Decreasing the bright size. Size of what? That is different. I'm talking about this glare problem. Increasing brightness, decreasing brightness, going into dark mode, going into light mode. You should be providing these features for them. We will be looking at that later on. Okay. Right. Can you guys read this? Visual display. Everybody, visual display, please. Okay. So display screen should have adjustable brightness, contrast, resolution, so that the eye strain can be reduced. Further, your system should have features where users can adjust the font size, adjust the zoom level. Okay, these features should also be available. Another consideration is where do you place these devices? Okay, glare on a screen reduces the user's ability to see correctly and increases eye strain. You're looking even hard at your monitor now because there's a big glare. Okay, the amount of glare should be reduced by doing what? Placing the computer at right angles to windows. Your computer should not be next to your window. It should be at right angle. You get it? If your window is here, your computer should be here at a right angle. Everybody okay with this? Right. Keep reading it. Using shades or blinds. Generally in office spaces, you find this, right? You have shades or blinds where you can open them or close them depending on how bright it is outside. Keep reading it, guys. You should be able to adjust the lighting in the room. Everyone okay with this, sir? So generally office spaces, they don't have one big bulb or one big tube light. They don't. What do they have? They have lights like this light. They have small tiny lights, and these tiny lights can be controlled by switches. Is it clear? So because if they had one big tube light, it's either on or off. But when you have tiny lights that can be controlled by switches, you can then control the amount of brightness in the room. Everybody okay with this? Shall we keep moving? Okay, next. So guys, we now saw the physical side of it. We saw the physical ergonomic side of it. Now we are going to deal with something called cognitive ergonomics. This is to do with the human mind. Sometimes, guys, you can stress a human mind simply by the way you have designed things. Okay, let's see how this works. Everybody, can you go through this? In addition to the physical demands, okay, in addition to the physical body, there is something else that you also need to keep in mind. Ergonomic covers the demands of interaction with the computer system on a conscious, intellectual level. Okay, there are certain things that can easily distract us. There are certain things that can make us feel stressed. There are certain things that can make us feel frustrated. Everybody okay with this? Right. Keep reading it, guys. These principles influence the way the system is designed to ensure that the interface and processors are efficient and effective. Let's see what do they mean by this. Number one, guys, there's something called workload. What do you mean by it? Can you guys go through it? Interfaces should be designed to minimize cognitive workload. Cognitive is to do with your mind. A human should not be told to focus on many things at once. Do you all agree with that? I'll give you guys a simple example. Let's say, for example, you are going to study. Okay, you're going to study for your Unit 1 exam, whatever. Okay, and you come to your study table and it's completely messed. Your siblings' toys are there, your books are there, a water bottle is there, some toffee wrappers are there, chocolate, all sorts of things on your table. Immediately, what do you feel like? Do you feel like studying? Let's ask that question. When you see a mess table, automatically your mind is also in a mess. It's difficult to say in words exactly what you're feeling, but you don't feel good. You don't feel like studying. Isn't it? Because that messes up your mind. But compare that to a table where things are arranged. The table is mostly empty. The most important things are only there. For example, your stationery is there, your textbook is there, your writing book is there. Automatically, for you to get started, it becomes quite easy. Everybody okay with that? That's what we mean by cognitive workload. The user should not have a lot of things to look at. That, puts their mind under stress. Are we all good with this? Can you guys read it? Okay, which can lead to fatigue. Fatigue means you feel tired. It can lead to errors, you making mistakes, and it can reduce your productivity. This can be achieved through the way in which information is presented, reducing the amount of information that is given to the user at any one time, or effective use of graphics can assist with this. Everybody, I'll give you all the best example I have, which is Google versus Yahoo. Okay, look at Google search engine. This is Google search engine. Okay, this is Yahoo search engine. Okay, you have a lot of things to see here. Sometimes you come here to search something, but this news, distracts you and you end up doing something else. Everybody okay with this? But when you come over here, it's minimum. Okay, you directly get to what you want to do over here. Everybody okay with this? I'm going to use this example to explain the next 2 points also. Okay, right. So what did we just speak about? Workload. The number of things that the user should be seeing should be minimum. Okay, right. Can you guys read the next one? Memory. Human memory is limited. So interfaces should use familiar patterns and provide reminders and cues to help users remember how to perform these tasks. From factors of HCI, any factor you can tell me that relates to this point? From factors of HCI, we went through so many factors. Consistency here. Next. Things should always be in the same place. Use the same colors. Okay, don't surprise users. Next, it should be easy to learn. Consistency, learnability. Next, Yeah, so what's the word? Availability we did not learn of. So here we can put 1 second. Accessibility. Accessibility is to do with everybody being able to access now. So I can put over here, it should be learnability, consistency, be the same always. Okay. And next, guys, attention. Be able to have the user's attention. Look at Google, guys. No distractions. Okay, the user is not getting distracted easily on Google, but on Yahoo, very easy to get distracted. Can you guys read this? Interfaces should avoid distracting users and instead help them to focus on what they want to do. Are we all okay with this? Keep reading it. Minimizing unnecessary visual clutter and auditory cues can assist in reducing distractions. Okay, reducing alerts, pop-ups, adverts can help this, reducing them. Okay, sometimes we have a lot to tell the customer. We have a lot to tell the user who's coming onto our website. But remember, telling him too much means he's going to understand nothing. It's better you tell him 1 or 2 things and he will remember it. Okay, keep reading it, guys. So under cognitive ergonomics, guys, we spoke about workload, memory, and attention. If you look at the billboards on the road, the massive cutouts, do they put a lot of information on it? No, right? They just put one catchy phrase and a catchy image, and that's it. More details, go to our website. Isn't it? Because they know very well in a cutout, if you put a lot of information, the user is not going to remember it. Isn't it? And the user will not have time to read it also. It will not look attractive to him. So they put they put a catchy word, the most important thing they'll put over there. Okay, the most important thing they'll put over there, they'll put a catchy image, and that's it. They keep it minimum. They do not want to distract the users with other things. Everybody okay with this? I saw an ad that this company had put. They are looking for a graphics designer, and look at their ad. They deleted it. Oh, I have deleted it. Here. This is the ad. We are looking for a graphics designer. Okay. Contact details, all that. I saw this on the internet. I took it. Okay. I think this is the company's own LED screen. I think so. It's a curved and there's a building in the background. Okay. Could be fake also. Vidun, what do you think? This is real. I don't know, but very effective, right? Very effective. Okay. And yeah. Everybody okay with this? Right. Can we move down to the next one? Now it comes to designing part. So guys, what have we gone through? We have gone through the factors of HCI. What forms HCI? Then we spoke about when implementing it, what are your options? So when implementing it, what were our options? We broke it into 3 categories. They were the visual side of it, the audio side of it, and the feeling side of it, haptic. Then what did we speak about next? The ergonomics of HCI. Users should be able to use it comfortably. They should be able to be productive in it, and they should be able to also be efficient in using it. Okay, so ergonomics, we broke it into 2 parts, physical side of it and the cognitive side of it. Okay, now we come to our very last part, which is designing an interface to meet the user's objectives. Okay, can you guys read that? Everybody? There are some common features and principles that should be applied to ensure that an interface meets the needs of the individual user and the organization. So guys, over here, we're going to look at a variety of menus. Okay, we're going to go through a variety of menus. Right, can you guys go through it? What does GUI mean? GUI menus means GUI is graphical user interface menus are one of the most common and well-known features in modern software. So menus are where you allow the user to choose the options, isn't it? So there are a variety of menus that you can use. I'll give you all examples. Can you guys read that? A well-designed menu system will be intuitive. You know what intuitive means? Intuitive means it's a two-way communication. The user selects something, it tells the user something back. Everybody okay with this? Just look at Windows menu. Is it intuitive, guys? I can see what I have selected, right? The moment I bring the cursor here, it gives me a response. The moment I bring the cursor over here, it gives me a response. You get it? So I know whether this menu is working or not, because when I move the cursor, I can see it kind of selects the option I am on. I know the menu is working. It's intuitive. I do something, it tells me something back. Everyone okay with this? This is what you call intuitive. Okay, right. Can you guys keep reading it? When developing a new system, while it is important to be creative to make the system appear new, exciting, stand out from the competition, it is also important that the user feels it is familiar enough that they are not dissuaded from using it. Everybody think about Microsoft Word or think about Access below. Think about Access. When you use Access, at the top you have the menu now. So when I tell you all, insert, what do you call? When I tell you all create a query, automatically all of you all, let's open up Access below. You guys are somewhat familiar with it, but you guys all know when it comes to creating a query, which menu you all need to go to. When I say create a menu, you immediately, when you go through these options, you know, the create a query is going to be in the create tab. Isn't it, everybody? Okay, and then if I ask you for some basic options, you'll see it's a basic option. It has to be in the home menu. Everybody okay with this? So your menus should make sense to the user. Yes, it's nice to be different from the competition, but sometimes you try to be too different, can confuse the user. So group your options in places where users would actually expect to see them. Okay, everybody? Right. Can you guys come down to the different menus we have? We start off with the most basic one, the standard horizontal menu. Everybody, can you look at this image over here? This is what we call a horizontal menu. Where is this thing? We call this a horizontal menu. Everybody, you are all familiar with this now? Your options are from left to right. And as you keep the cursor, a menu drops down. Everybody okay with this? Let's take a real life example. If I were to go to a website like crickinfo.com, second. Okay, you can see, look at the menu here. You guys can see the menu over here, right? You have your menu over here. And as I keep the cursor, they drop down. So we call this a horizontal. This is horizontal now. It goes from left to right. This is one option. You can have this menu for yourself. Right. Can you guys read it now to yourselves? Each menu in this horizontal menu contains a series of related options which can lead to submenus. You know what submenus are? Inside this menu, here, inside this menu, I can have another menu. Everybody okay with this? Then can you guys come down to the hamburger menu? This is very common in mobile phone interfaces. Check this out. This is what we call a hamburger. It looks like a hamburger. Look here. These three lines that you see, these three lines, normally the menu is not visible. It becomes visible only when you click on it. Everybody okay with this? When you click on it, there you are, the menu opens up. Are we all good? So for example, if you take youtube.com, guys, let me show you on YouTube. If I come to the YouTube homepage here, everybody here, you have the hamburger menu. When I click on this, it opens up. Are we good? Right. Let's keep moving. Next one, can you guys read it? I'm going a bit too fast, I think. Can you guys read hamburger menu? It expands only when selected. Okay, so it is extremely useful on devices with smaller screens like tablets, smartphones, okay, where the menu appears only when you need it. Then guys, can you guys come down to mega menu? These are extremely massive menus, okay? Everybody, a large multi-column menu that is hidden until one of the top level items is hovered. Possible options or subcategories. Shall we take an example? So everyone, this is an example of a mega menu on the Nike website. Can you guys see? Lots of options, and inside each one there are further sub menus. This is what we call a bottom of the page. It's actually on a mega menu. Mega menu is it appears only when you hover over it or click over it. At the bottom of the page, it's always there. No, that's a footer. I know what you're talking about. Terms, conditions, sitemap. That's a footer. That's not a mega menu. It's always there. Mega menu appears only when you put the cursor there. Look at this example here. Look at this example, everyone. W3 schools. Look at this. So Adam, I know what you're talking about. You're talking about this, right? This is always there. We call this our footer. I'll know this by now, right? This is my footer. It's always there. But look at this. This is a mega menu. Okay. When I click on it, hover doesn't work. But when I click on it, it appears. This is a mega menu. Okay. With lots of options inside it. Then guys, can you read the next one? Vertical sidebar navigation. A menu that exists on the left hand side from top to bottom. Okay. So I'll show you an example for vertical sidebar navigation as well. Guys, you all need to know these menus by heart. The different types of menus, you all need to know that. And you never know, examiner might ask you advantages, disadvantages of these menus, which we have not spoken about. Okay, or they might tell you such a device is used to develop an app. What type of menu is suitable for this type of a device, and you need to choose it. Okay, vertical sidebar. Everyone, look at this image here. This is what we call a vertical sidebar. Guys, can you all see? The menu is always there. But guys, mega menu, vertical sidebar menu, will they ever be in a tablet or smartphone? For a tablet or smartphone display, you can't use this. It's taking up way too much of space. Okay, and when you click on it, you can see sub menus can appear. Example is again W3 schools. Look here. If I were to go to W3 schools, guys, if I take HTML, can you all see? Vertical sidebar menu. It's always there. And some of them have sub options as well. So vertical sidebar menu. It's only applicable for desktop screens. Exactly. So for the mobile version or tablet version, they'll replace that with a hamburger menu. Perfect. Then contextual menu, guys. That menu appears depending on where you have clicked. It's not always there. Like for example, look here, guys. This is an example of a contextual menu. For this particular area, this is the menu that we get. For this is the menu that we get. Okay, we call this contextual. Depending on the place that you are in, depending on the situation that you are in, a menu appears. We call that contextual. So it's dynamic. It differs depending on where you are, the situation that you are in, it differs. And then finally, we have something called a pie menu. Everyone, this is what a pie menu looks like. I don't have any real life examples for pie menu, unfortunately. Okay, especially in graphics designing tools, video editing tools and all, this menu appears. Okay, gaming. I couldn't have a real life example to show you all, but you all. So everybody, let's do just a little more and then we'll be done with this area. So when it comes to designing, we saw the menu side and we saw the different types of menus that can be used. However, we didn't, Adam, all of y'all, we didn't talk about the advantages, disadvantages of them, but we did mention where each of these menus would be suitable. Okay, we spoke about how the hamburger menu is more suitable for a mobile phone or for a tablet rather than using a vertical sidebar. Okay, mega menus are not at all an option for tablets and smartphones. Okay, you all have a basic understanding of where they should be used. So there is a possibility they might ask you all a question of comparing and contrasting these different menus. Right. Then guys, the next part of designing is to deal with icons. Everyone know what are icons now? Tiny graphical representations of an action, file or folder. Okay, can everyone read that? So icons are small pictures that act as shortcuts. Okay, you click on it, a file opens, a program opens, or a software feature such as save or undo or redo or font color will activate. Okay, they improve accessibility. How do they improve accessibility? They make it faster and easier, right? Everybody, instead of you having to type a command to change the font color, you go and click on an icon that will change the font color for you. Okay, they improve accessibility and ease of use. Now icons have to be consistent. Everyone okay? Do you all agree with this point? When you use icons, guys, if you look at Microsoft Office package, the save icon is the same across all their softwares. They always use that purple color floppy disk. Everybody okay with it? Okay, so be consistent with your icons so that users know what they mean. Okay, can you guys go through it? Icons help with consistency across different applications by using the same style, size, and colors. This increases familiarity. So when you see that symbol, you know what it means. When you see that icon, you know what it means. Everybody okay with this? Okay. Like for example, the save that uses a floppy disk. Okay. Right. Shall we move down, everyone? Then, guys, we come down to accessibility. Remember, when you're developing an IT system, all sorts of users will be using it. Those who cannot see properly will be using it. Those who cannot hear properly will be using it. Those who don't have fingers will be using it. Those who don't, what do you call, they can see and hear properly, but they can't read. They will also be using it. So keep in mind, you have a variety of users using your system. So don't discriminate. Accommodate all of them. But can you 100% accommodate all of them? Very difficult. For you to put features that accommodates everybody, almost impossible. But make an effort to accommodate all of them. Everybody okay with this? Put features, okay, that shows you're putting an effort to accommodate all of them. Right, can you guys read it? Number one, adjustable typeface. Okay, so for example, the font style and the font size should be adjustable. Are we all good? All of you, have you all used a Kindle reader? If you take a Kindle reader, on my tab, I have the Kindle app. On that app, guys, various things I can adjust. Okay, let me just quickly show it to you all. For example, if I take this book over here, this is the font that's going on. I got stuck now. This is the font that's going on. But if I come to settings, you all can't see it, no? If you guys can see this top area over here, I have a variety of settings that I can play with. Number one is the font. Then I'm going to use the font face. I can just change the font face. Okay, I can use something else. Okay, this is the one I'm most comfortable with. Then I can adjust the font size. Everybody over here, I can adjust the font size based on my requirements. Okay, this size is the best for me here. Okay, then over here I can control the layout. Do I want a background color? Do I want turning the page or scrolling? I prefer turning, so I have disabled scrolling. Then the alignment, the margins, the columns, then the theme. Okay, then there are more options over here. Okay, this is what you call adjustable typeface. You're accommodating or you're providing features so that all sorts of readers can benefit from it. Okay, right. But do you think every website can give you these features? No, not every website can offer this. Can every app offer this to you? Answer is no. Which one? Kindle. Kindle is a paid app, as in the app is free. You have to buy the books. I bought the books.
Right. You're not actually own that.
I own the book, as in?
Because it's not technically yours. Even if
I have a soft copy of the book. That's what I basically have.
it's in your file.
It's in my storage. I purchased it. I purchased the Kindle version of this book.
You can use that.
I can only use it on the app. That's correct. Yeah, I can't use it on a PDF reader on my laptop. I can't. Okay, can you guys read the next one? Adjustable color schemes. This generally all apps have it, right? You can go for dark background, light background, system background. Okay, can you guys read that? Some items can be more difficult to see for some users if they are in certain color combination. So you give the user the option of high contrast and dark mode and light mode and all these options you give them. Then screen reader support. This is typically for those who cannot screen reader, who cannot see properly. Give them the option where they can enable a screen reader to read everything on the screen. Do you guys remember in AS level we spoke about what? Web accessibility. A long acronym was there, WA something something something. Web accessibility content guidelines, isn't it? Where you develop a web page in such a way that a screen reader can read it out to the user. So when you put an image, a user can't see, a visually impaired user can't see the image, no? So what do you do for the image? You put alternate text for the image. So the screen reader can describe the image to the user. You get it? The difference between bold and strong, italic and emphasize. Don't remember, right? Remember. So these are things that you can do so that somebody who's using a screen reader can benefit from your site. Okay, right. Next, alternate text is there. Yeah. Yeah. What is in front of them? Alternate text. Then guys, do you all know what are captions and transcripts? So when watching a movie, not everybody likes this. I like to watch movies with subtitles. Okay. Some of you all don't like subtitles. Okay. So subtitles basically means what? It tells you what are the people speaking in a movie. Agree? Now we call it transcripts. Transcripts is what? With the exactly. Okay. So we have something called subtitles, which tells you what they are speaking. We have something no. Transcript is basically the text based of a video file. A transcript will basically tell you in text what happened in a video. Everybody okay with this? A transcript will base on at the end of this class, Zoom produces a transcript. Okay, since this is a paid version, at the end of this class, Zoom produces a transcript. The transcript will contain all the words that were spoken in this class. Okay, we have something called captions. What do captions do? Captions appear as I am talking, and it will also describe the sounds that are being played. So certain movies you have subtitles. Subtitles will only talk about the conversations. Captions will also mention the sounds that you hear. Dog barking, vehicle approaching, car horn. Everybody okay with this? So understand the difference, okay? Subtitle versus captions. Okay? Are we all okay with this? So when developing a movie, when developing, let's say for example, in your app, you have an instruction video, how to use the app. So when you develop this video, keep in mind, there might be some people who can't hear properly. So you must have captions so they can read what's happening in the video. Are we good? Have you all seen, for example, News First, I think it is, no? Not News First. I don't know. One of the news channels, they read the news also. At the same time, in a small screen, there's somebody else doing this and that. Sign language. They're also accommodating to that crowd. Like I really wonder how they say certain things in that. Okay. But she's moving really, really fast. She's moving. And they're also accommodating to that crowd. Okay. Right. Everybody okay with this? So when designing your interface, we saw menus. What are your options for menus? We saw icons. The only rule we had with icons is be consistent with it. Okay, otherwise users are going to get confused. Then we spoke about accessibility. Consider everybody, all sorts of users will be using your system. Okay, give them options to modify the system in a way that suits them. Okay, and with that, everybody, can we come down to Windows? Everybody know what are Windows, right? So everybody, in a computing system, this is what we call a window. This is one window. The area that's taken to show a program is called a window. Okay, this is one window. This is another window. Okay, everybody, this is another window. Okay, this is another window. Okay, so the space taken to show a program so the user can use it is what we call a window. Are we good? Right. Can you guys go through Windows? And then below we have spoken about the parts of Windows. So windows are generally rectangular frames. They have a title bar. Everyone also saw the title bar right here at the top. it tells you what this window is about. Everybody okay with this? It tells you what this window is all about. Okay, so likewise, every window, it will tell you what it is about. If I come to Microsoft Word also here, it tells me what this window is about. There's a title. Next, what do we have? We have buttons, the close button, maximize, minimize, all those buttons are there. Then windows will have their own menus. Agree? Every window will have their own menus. Then scrolling might be available on that window. Okay. Then the middle area will be known as your content area. All good? The middle area is known as your content area. And then everybody next, what do we have? So even this is a window. Title is there. There is no menu here. Your buttons are here. There is no content for this. There is only options over here. Then finally, guys, we have our pointer. Okay. Also referred to as your cursor or mouse pointers show where the user's current interaction is on the screen. What's good? What's wrong? Okay. The cursor shows me, the cursor or the pointer shows me exactly where I am going to be interacting with the screen. Okay. The pointer represents the interaction between the user and the screen when using devices such as a mouse, a trackpad, a stylus. When I use a stylus also, when the cursor moves with it, I know exactly where the drawing is going to appear. Makes it easier for me to use, improves user friendliness. Okay. It is common to represent the pointer as a form of arrow. Is the pointer always an arrow? It will change depending on the situation. Everybody okay with this? It changes depending on the situation. For example, if I come to Word, can you all see? The pointer keeps changing. Everyone look here, the pointer changes. This is a selection pointer. This is the move pointer where I can move. Everyone okay with this? Then when you come to hyperlinks, it becomes a thumb like, no, it becomes one finger, right? Okay, the pointer changes. And can you adjust the size of your pointer, the color of your pointer? Yes, you can. The cursor size, the cursor color, all that you can change. Everybody okay with this? So with that, guys, we have come to the end of part 2, topic 13, part 2. Part 3 will take some time for us to complete. Okay, and it's a lot to do with security. Okay, interesting, but it's going to get a bit complex in security. Right, can we do one question from here and one question from topic 1, part 1? From topic 1, part 1, let's do a question also. Right, everybody, question number 1. Each taxi, students online, give me a second, please. We'll do a past paper question later on, not now. First finish this. Topic 1, not topic 1, topic 12. Topic 12, part 1. Okay. Right. Each taxi is equipped with a mobile device linked to the IT system. The device can accept audio or touch input. Okay. So the touch input is disabled while the taxi is moving. So then only audio is working now. State 2 problems with having only audio input when the taxi is moving. What do you think, guys, girls? Problems of having only audio input when the taxi is moving. Background noises will do what? Disturb your input, isn't it? Okay. Having only audio input. So you can say what Ishan said. Background noises might interfere with the user's input, might disturb the user's input, or might make the user's input unclear. Unclear, no, we say unclear. Background noises. Background noises such as passengers talking, street hawkers, vehicle tooting their horns, or the radio player. Okay, background noises might make the user input, might make the user's voice input unclear. Right, another problem can be only audio is being accepted right now.
See or see. Can't bear.
Okay.
Otherwise, better night.
Okay. So we can talk about this. There might be certain drivers who are, can't say dumb, no? What shall we say? Who might be not able to talk. For them to give input, it might be a problem. Okay, right? Let's talk about that. Users with health conditions that prevent them from talking will not be able to use the system. Sounds much more friendlier. Users with health conditions
So what about the language barrier?
exactly that prevent them from talking will not be able to use the system. Then, like Vidun says, users who cannot speak the language that this system works on will not be able to communicate or use the system. Another problem we have is the system might mishear the user and perform wrong output, which can be very stressful. Okay, right. The second question, everybody. The taxi company wants to improve the system by adding a haptic interface. You know what haptic is, right? The sense of feeling. The interface will use feedback through the steering wheel to give directions to the driver when the taxi is moving. The interface will use feedback through the steering wheel to give directions to the driver when the taxi is moving. Explain how such a system could work. So the taxi system has their own system that is connected to the car steering wheel. This system will give feedback through the steering wheel. Okay, so the taxi system is connected to the steering wheel now. So the haptic system can be used to vibrate the steering wheel and inform the user about upcoming turns that they need to make. Vibrate on the right side means upcoming, on the right they need to make a turn. On the left side, if it vibrates, it means upcoming left side there is a turn coming. Okay, then guys, can the intensity of the vibration increase as they get closer to the turn? We can mention it, but do you think it's a good feature? It would really mess users up, isn't it? But we can mention it. Anything else? Any other feedback you can give to the driver through the steering wheel? That's not haptic, no, that's visual, no?
Like the advertisement push, the security features.
So the taxi system will not talk about security features, no? Safety features, you mean? This is the taxi system. The vehicle system might have a feature where it has a safety system to warn you when you're swerving off the lane. That maybe about to inform them, to notify them of a new hire that they have got, maybe, or a new hire is pending. What do you think? Through the vibration, sorry, or to give directions only they're asking. No, very nice. The interface will use feedback to the steering wheel to give directions. So we only have to focus on the direction side. So we'll take his answer. Okay. We can say what? Haptic feedback can be used on the steering wheel. Haptic feedback can be used on the steering wheel, can be applied on the steering wheel. Can be used on the steering wheel to inform the user of upcoming turns, to inform the user, to inform the driver of upcoming turns. Now explain this. 3 marks they're giving now. Of upcoming turns. I'm going to say that now. This can be done by, or this can be done by, this can be done by the side of the steering wheel vibrating depending on the side the driver has to make a turn. The side of the steering wheel vibrating depending on the side the driver has to make a turn. The vibration intensity can increase as the user gets closer to the turn. Not a good feature, but we have to get 3 marks here, right? Okay. The vibration intensity could increase as the turn gets closer. Immediately, guys, if you can take topic 12 part 1, there was a small question about a date that I remember we haven't done, so we can do that and then wrap it up for today. Topic 12 part 1, there was a date question that we haven't done in the class. Topic 12 part 1, don't have it. Okay. Students online, can we move on to topic 12 part 1? Yesterday when I was preparing for the class, I noticed there are some questions there that we haven't completed yet. Also, everybody, tomorrow you'll have your practical exam. You all know that, right? Okay, just like how we have been doing these Cambridge papers in class. Tomorrow I'm going to give you all one more paper. Okay, the exam is definitely not 1 hour 45 minutes we have tomorrow. No, the paper I'm timing it for 1 hour 20 minutes, which I think is more than enough for you all. Okay, so we'll have to do something for the remaining time. We'll see tomorrow. Okay, I have a few plans of what to do tomorrow. We will, I think, most probably do the exam first and then do our lesson thereafter. And all of you will have to upload your answers to Google Classroom. Okay, so I think all of you are already on Google Classroom. I checked and saw. So tomorrow you can use your own hotspot, or I can also provide it. You all will have to. Tomorrow we have Unit 4 exam. Okay, tomorrow morning. Okay, so please come with your laptops ready for the exam. Right, everybody, guys, girls, when you look over here, page number, there was a small question I noticed we hadn't done. This one over here, page number 24. Everybody, page 24. We haven't done this, right? Data is entered into and processed using online forms. Here is a date of birth entered into an online form. Everyone saw it? Okay. Explain how this date of birth can be both valid and inaccurate. So valid means what? How can this date of birth be valid? It can be valid because it follows the correct format. The days are between 1 to 30, the month is between 1 to 12, and the year is also valid. How can it be inaccurate? It could be a wrong date. The user could have mistakenly entered it. Okay, so perfect. That's all. Can you guys note that down? You can say it can be valid since it follows the correct format of day, month, and year. It can be valid since it follows the correct format and range of day, month, and year. It could, yeah. However, the entered date could be a wrong date leading to inaccuracy. Okay, the entered date could be a wrong date leading to inaccuracy.